NBA season thoughts so far. Early, a lot of teams have played about 8 to 9 games. 8 to
9, yeah.
Roughly,
10,
we've seen that,
more
right?
or less.
8 to 9 games, roughly. I think it's been an interesting start to the season. I know one team that Bryan is hyped about.
Oh, yes.
They're hot.
Yes.
They're playing well. They are in the East.
Yes.
It is the team that excites him the most. When you mention this team's name, he'll just smile.
Because they...
You know why?
You know what?
Because this team is the Bryan Fonseca All-Stars.
This is if I could construct an ideal just NBA team.
They
right?
got guys who are short. They got guys who are scrappy. They got guys who were looked over in the draft. Some undrafted.
None of them are lottery picks outside of maybe 2 dudes.
So Bryan loves this.
3 dudes.
They scrap. They fight. They like violence like Bryan. They'll get in your face. This is the Miami Heat.
Yes. They have a culture. And here's the thing. As far as the grind culture things that we were talking about before, this applies to the Miami Heat, but they don't do it in a way where dudes are overworking themselves. And right. So it's a little bit different. We're not also saying to work hard. And the reason why I like this organization is because they pride themselves on that hard work and because they have dudes like Jimmy Butler, who was the 30th overall pick from a junior college out of Marquette. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't somebody who was a one-and-done, first overall, all the talent in the world. I don't even know where Jimmy Butler played AAU basketball. I don't even know if he played AAU basketball because he went to junior college. You know what I mean? From Tomball, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the kind of things that I, as a basketball consumer, and me being who I am, I can gravitate towards that.
Gravitate? You are fully immersed in the Miami Heat.
Kendrick Nunn was a undrafted rookie and is like 24 years old now. And, well, he had an issue in college that caused him to transfer from Illinois to Oakland. But
in Detroit, that is.
Yes. Oh, yeah, Oakland University. But very good NBA start so far. It's gotten cold the last few games. Very good NBA start. Tyler Hero. Now, I know he's one of these one-and-done dudes, and so is Bam Adebayo. But they're not one-and-done in the same way that Karl Anthony Towns and maybe Andrew Wiggins are.
They were one-and-done and sort of overlooked at Kentucky.
Yes. Both of them.
Yep.
Because of the system. Tyler Hero, I told you, he looks like he's going to be Devin Booker to me. That's what I see right now. I see Devin Booker
like
comparisons.
I've
heard that the Heat think that he's going to be like Klay Thompson. I'm not sure about that because defensively he's not that. He tries on defense though. He's not somebody who just doesn't. And the Miami Heat will get you to try.
See, but that's the thing. The Miami Heat also gets you to play
defense.
If there's somebody I believe they can turn into a good defender, if you play for an organization, it's the Miami Heat.
I'm not anti-big business, but I appreciate the way certain organizations operate, and I don't like the way certain other organizations operate. I don't like when organizations have an arrogance about them unless it's sort of earned and unless players sort of swear by it. That Miami Heat culture is something that's not for everybody, but it's something that a lot of players who are really immersed in, they can get themselves on board with.
And
that's the company you would want to work at.
You look at the players that have played for the Heat and the great players that have played for the Heat and the way they talk about it, whether it's Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway. And this is somebody who I couldn't stand the Heat growing up, okay?
Yeah.
Especially after Pat Riley, who I have a affection for Pat Riley for what he did for
people
the Knicks.
from my generation
culture,
grew up with
and the culture
LeBron on that team.
Yeah. The culture that he built around that team, Dwayne Wade, all those guys come back and speak well. So it's not a shock to me that one Marquette guy in Dwayne Wade, who was a 4-year player that got overlooked before he killed Pitt in the tournament years ago.
Yeah.
I'm not overlooked at that at all whatsoever. And him doing that, and then another Marquette guy, Jimmy Butler, coming in, is a hardworking guy that may have been overlooked. But the Heat are looking good. They're sitting third in the East right now as we record this.
And last thing on the Heat, because we're going to get to other teams too. I still think that they're going to make a trade at some point. If they do make the trade, I think they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals. If they stand pat, which I doubt they will because they have so many expiring contracts, then they're probably a second round and done team. Because people think that I get carried away with it, and I'm like, no. My expectations are reasonable. I said before the season probably 48 wins, which I
don't feel like that was unreasonable.
I think they're going to be top 4th in the East unless they make a significant trade, in which case it'll be 3rd in the East. And I think they could take Milwaukee in a 7-game series. I don't know if I'd bet on it, but I think they could because I think that collection of role players is better than Milwaukee's.
I'm still way too early on seeing
like
who can beat who.
I'll put it to you this way: Giannis is obviously better than Jimmy Butler. Now, when you go from 2 to 8, their second best player is Chris Middleton. Miami's, sometimes it's Goran Dragic, sometimes Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo is a starter. Let's say him. Would it really surprise you if over the course of a 7-game series, Bam outplays Chris Middleton? Because it wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't shock me. So I would actually put more of my money on Goran Dragic outplaying Chris Middleton.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, I saw in the first game, and Jimmy Butler wasn't even there. Giannis can get his. Giannis can get 41, 14, whatever it is, and then around that, I think Miami will muck it up enough.
But see,
to where
here's
they
the
can win
thing.
that
With
series.
you saying
but again, they may look very different
with
down the line.
you saying that, and I think about what's happened thus far in the NBA season, what is glaring to me with Milwaukee is, God, they miss Malcolm Brogdon.
Yo.
And Malcolm Brogdon is balling.
He finally had a subpar game last night.
Yo, he was their second best player last year during the playoff run.
Yeah.
And
now his usage rate is up.
I was concerned about Indiana and how they would do until Oladipo came back. But Malcolm Brogdon's been holding it down because there have been some other losses there, but he's holding it down. We did some highlights the other day, and we were talking that night, and I did that Indiana Charlotte game.
Charlotte's been surprising.
Charlotte has been surprising.
They play hard. I actually like watching
I can't believe they have more wins than the Knicks. But Brogdon, they went him down the stretch, and he was getting buckets with confidence. And this is against – so don't tell me Charlotte's okay. I've seen him do it against good competition. I've believed in this kid and he could play. I even wanted the Knicks to sign him if they could as a free agent signing because I thought he was that good. I think the Bucks are going to miss him unless Bledsoe steps up. We shall see. But that's not to do. The Hornets have been surprising. The Hornets have 4 wins. They are 4-4. Do I think that's going to hold up? No.
But
I don't think so.
I like Devontae Graham.
Who's looking better than Terry Rozier.
I like P.J. Washington, who I actually covered at Geico Nationals when he played out here in Queens. I like, who's the other? Miles Bridges. I like him a lot. I think Miles Bridges is going to be pretty good. They have solid young players.
They don't have.
They're not going to be very good.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody there that's right now as a star, but like if you have those guys around that look like they can be good role players, P.J. Washington, as you said, Miles Bridges, Devontae Graham, if those guys can be role players and they can draft a star, Charlotte's not in bad shape.
Malcolm Brogdon, before he had 11 points and 2 assists yesterday. To start the season, these first 8 games, I'm just going to go points assists. 22-11, 30-10, 15-11, 21-13, 25-6, 22-7, 31-8, 12-13.
Yeah. He's been balling.
Oh, man.
He's been balling. He's running the show.
Granted, these haven't been against great teams, I understand. Detroit, Cleveland, Detroit again, Brooklyn, at Brooklyn. Cleveland, Chicago, Charlotte, Washington.
I don't
Detroit
care.
Again. Why have they played Detroit 3 times already?
In their division. So that's crazy.
3 times in 9 games. But still, listen, Malcolm Brogdon, if he can keep that up, he's an all-star. And they need that with Victor Oladipo out. And Miles Turner is out. That's an important note. Miles Turner's out right
He's
now.
out too, so that's another reason it's been impressive. In the East, maybe not getting overlooked. I think a team has been kind of getting overlooked, although they had some injuries right before we recorded this. The Raptors have been playing good and looking like they did last year without Kawhi.
I don't know if they're overlooked, though.
I think they are,
I think
man.
Boston's kind of overlooked right now.
Boston's been playing really good. Your boy Gordon Hayward.
Your boy
Gordon Hayward. But
I like Gordon Hayward. He's a solid player.
Yeah, but no. Gordon Hayward's looked good and efficient. Coming off of curls, he's taking very high percentage shots. He looks confident, and he's been passing the ball well also too.
Yeah.
Boston, but look, I had Boston.
Kemba Walker's letting them do their thing.
Very nice. And Kyrie wasn't letting people do anything. Do you think if you walked into the Boston Celtics locker room and he was like, yo, just simple question, like, yo, y'all happier this year? What do you think everybody's gonna say to me? They're gonna be like, They look happy. I mean, winning makes you happier, right?
I mean, look, I'm not gonna knock the Nets. They got to win against Portland after David Lillard scored 60.
Looked good though.
But here's the thing though, Portland was on second of a back-to-back. That's why I'm not.
That was a very entertaining game though. Lillard dropping 60.
I saw the first jumper. He went around a screen. Kyrie actually played him pretty well. The center was it DeAndre Jordan? Yeah, I believe it was DeAndre Jordan came up. No, not DeAndre Jordan. He was out. Jared Allen. Jared Allen came up to pressure him. Damian Lillard is at an angle, probably 30 feet away from the basket, and he just rises up like nothing hits it. All that game proved to me was that he is better than Kyrie Irving. Like I've
but I've agreed with you on that.
Right.
I've always agreed with you on that, and I've always thought that.
Yeah. Like
so that's
if I'm ranking point guards, it's gonna be Curry 1, Lillard 2, Kyrie 3, and probably Kemba 4.
Okay, good. Still understood that Kyrie's better than Kemba.
But I've always said that, but I've always argued that the gap is very minuscule.
You're a hater.
No, everyone else is.
No.
How about that?
In the West, you want to know my team that surprised me a little bit, although I thought this would go well, but it's been a little bit surprising. No, I'm not going to say that. We're going to get to them later.
Not Phoenix?
We're not going. No, we're going to get to them later.
They surprised the hell out of me.
I had some people who thought this team could sneak into the playoffs. I wasn't sure. I thought they'd compete, but I liked them.
Your boys.
Yeah,
Your Western Conference team.
My guys.
The Dallas Mavericks.
Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis.
He's averaging like 29, 10, and 8 or something like that. And the 10 is not assists, they're rebounds.
Yo. Even though the Knicks got a good win over them, and we'll play them again next week.
This man right here across from me has Brandon Ingram and Luka Doncic on the same fantasy team.
Drafted. My drafting was so good.
Who was your first round pick?
First pick overall?
Oh, it was Curry?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm fine. I can withstand that.
But you're still...
I'm good.
He might be out for the season.
That's fine. I can withstand that.
Listen to that confidence.
You know why?
Listen to that confidence.
Because I'm 2-0, about to be 3-0. I am a great drafter.
When did I play you?
I don't know, but you're gonna lose.
My team is the highest scoring team right now. It's early, but still.
That's fine.
My team is solid.
Look, I'm gonna change my team name to this. We get stops.
Mine is no justice, no peace until I drop Justice Woods, though. That might be coming.
Oh man. Dallas Mavericks. Here's the thing about the Dallas Mavericks. Doncic has been crazy, like you said. KP's been up and down. Some games looks good. Some games
me against you next week. So this week from when we're listening to the podcast.
Woo! It's going to
be good.
I can't wait to come on.
It's going to be good.
Somebody's going to be mad when we record the next podcast.
Luka Doncic versus Kemba Walker.
There we go.